you like free-flowing offenses that pile up the assists, Clark, you've come to the right place.
Tell you what, Kevin, both of these teams really emphasize player movement, ball movement, and getting everybody involved, touches and shots. It makes them very unpredictable and really keeps the defense off balance.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Rozier on the wing along with Hayward. Then there's Washington. Then it's Ball, and it's Richards in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Ball to the inside. Washington. The kick out to Rozier. There's a screen by Washington. And the basket by Rozier.
You know, at 6'1" now, Scary Terry has to have that floater in his bag. And he just showed you that he does.
And a deep 3 from James. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And one thing I've heard about MP, he's connected with Tracy McGrady on what it takes to lead an NBA team.
Isn't that great? You know, Greg, I love MP's willingness to reach out and learn. MP can gain so much from picking over what McGrady learned during his career. Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession. And how it's on your team.
Kevin, clearly one of the most exciting guards in the league. The anticipation was through the roof for Ball, and needless to say, I think he's lived up to it.
Now here's James. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. And Rozier pulls it down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Hornets now working with the new shot clock. Hayward, left side. Stolen by Allen. Osman kicks to James. Gets the three-point to fall. James has got 9. For Charlotte, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Steve Clifford had a few minutes to share with me. He said he honestly doesn't know what to expect. This is the first meeting between these two teams this year, so there'll be some feeling out at the beginning. But he told me sometimes that's when we're at our best, and we're relying on our instincts and awareness at the offensive end. Kevin, we'll see if that holds true.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Looking to get into a rhythm early, Greg, with their shooting.
And I think to get into a good flow, you need to get everyone involved, even if it's as a facilitator.
That's right. I mean, the only thing that matters is what the scoreboard shows. I mean, your role is dependent on what the team needs from you at the time. Excel in your role. That's what good teammates do. You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. He's been absolutely relentless.
Count that one.
All you got to do is get open, and Ball's handling the rock. He's going to find you. LaMelo's got incredible passing ability.
James outside. Garland, the pass to James. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Garland's got 3 assists in the game. Outside, Ball. It's the crossover. The shot that time, not on target. So Cleveland will take it the other way. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Boy, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Trailing by 2. And for LaMelo Ball's second year, Greg, where did you see him improve the most?
I think taking on more of a scoring load, Ball's points per game were significantly up. But LaMelo also improved his three-point and free throw shooting numbers. So rounding out that offensive game will be important.
On the court for the Hornets, Hayward out there with Washington. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Williams at the 1. And here is Williams. Following the 3 from James. Hayward with a screen for Williams. The 9-foot shot. And James pulls it down.
And MP's embraced a leadership role among his teammates. He understands that he can be the guy to take them to the next level.
And Greg, he's even talked to Kevin Garnett about it. Nobody could rally the troops like KG. That's exactly the energy MP's hoping to tap into. Now, here's Washington. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. James outside. Mobley kicks to James. And another three for Cleveland.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Out to Hayward, and they get it. And James pulls it down.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Garland. Fires the three. Back to James. Takes the three. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Garland's got his 5th assist in this one. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against Indiana. And the Hornets go. It's now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Jared Allen's checked in for Mobley.
And providing the score, boy, they need it. That stops a 12-0 run by Cleveland.
And a deep three from James. And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable. There's one thing that's become clear about this Hornets team. They've become one of the best passing teams in the league.
Out to Hayward. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Allen dishes to Garland. James way outside. They get the rebound. And then Allen slams it in.
Well, I tell you, this guy just does not quit on the boards. His energy is contagious, especially on the offensive glass.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. Now, you may not know this, but Gordon Hayward was a 2-time Indiana State singles champion in tennis. He says, in high school, I was better at tennis than basketball, but I've always loved hoops more. Thankfully, I was able to grow throughout high school to get to the frame I have now. He has certainly filled out in the NBA. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, he sure has. He's been a terrific player to watch and follow. The injury is significant, but he continues on. David, thanks. Hayward can hit.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And Charlotte's passing has improved a lot in the last few seasons. Greg, even more.
Yeah, their assist numbers have been terrific, and they keep their turnovers to a minimum. That's a trend you want to see continue.
Now here's Allen after the miss from James. 1:22 left in the first half. And the dunk by James.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
You know, the rest of the D can be stretched a little thin when the double team's in place like that.
Inside. And James throws it down.
You know, slick play that time by Rubio, doing what the guard's supposed to, force the defender to make a decision. And when he does, Rubio able to find the roller where he can do something with the ball.
And Ball gets double teamed. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. And a miss there on the triple. Cleveland leading by 17. Shakes him.
The offensive end, they're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Love's checked in. McDaniels checked in for the Hornets. Smith comes in for Terry Rozier.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
James outside. Stevens, the pass to James. Cranes it from beyond the arc. James has got 40 points.
Hey, you know, after a pedestrian first quarter of shooting, I think they've really turned it up offensively. I like where they're headed right now. The direction is good.
Here's McDaniels. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so a pretty...
With the score, your Cavaliers, 44. The visiting team, 21.
You take a look at the Hornets. They split their...
And now let's look back on that first half of... Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
We've got Allen. Mitchell is out there with Garland. Then it's MP. And it's Osman in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Clark, of guys playing today, who would you put your money on to be a successful NBA coach?
You know, Kevin, the smart money is on point guards, but I think any player that's been a student of the game could be a successful coach, but point guards most likely is my answer. Chris Paul, maybe even a guy like Jalen Brunson's in the future.
You know, flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air. Allen, very enticing. I mean, he's a quick-footed, shot-blocking big guy. He's got a great future in this league, in my opinion.
So Rozier will bring it up for the Hornets. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Takes a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Rozier's got 5.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Terry Rozier, that 2019 sign and trade changed his career.
You know, going from Boston to Charlotte, Scary Terry got an increased role with the Hornets, and sometimes that's all a player needs. He became a starter there, doubled the scoring average, and it was really a hand-in-glove fit for Rozier.
Connects again from distance.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Here's Washington, and the call on... all 3 of his free throws so far.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Here's Richard. He's got 6, and it goes down 2 points.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now the pass to Stevens. Back to James from deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
What an exhibition he's putting on today. This is about as hot as you can get.
Rozier kicks to Smith. To the middle. Here's Richards. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Can't leave anybody open around Smith. I mean, he finds them quickly. Love his court awareness.
From deep, James. Good. Another from 3.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied to the third now.
Your Cavaliers, 76. The away team, 48.
On the arc.
Please give a big round of applause for you.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. You've got Bouknight. Jones is out there with McDaniels. Then it's Williams. And it's Thor in at the 3.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Outside, Jones. And Jones slams it in.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out. It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Pass to Thor. Now here's Bouknight. Double team on Williams. 5 on the clock. Bouknight, no good. James with it. Jones covering. And good. He hits it again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Now here's Williams. Defense right on him. Williams double team. Charlotte moving it around. Bouknight. No good on the three. For Cleveland, they've got all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. The shot missing.
And priority number 1 has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
And the rejection by James.
Well, they had a rough stretch shooting in the first half. I mean, they've seemingly made the changes they've needed to make to improve that shooting percentage.
Now here's James. The shape. And yet another basket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Williams passes to Bouknight. And Jones slams it home.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
James with it. Working on McDaniels. Charlotte has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And don't sleep on Williams' ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
James. And the ball goes.
Yeah, that's the final buzzer, and your Cavaliers win. Your Cavaliers, 100, the visiting team, 73. We want to thank you for coming out tonight.